Should I go resume? Okay, so we're back at the King Cromartie house. We had an interruption, which if you're watching it now, or you come back on and you see that it's live, we were just talking at the couple doors down where the admins are, the staff, about possibly collaborating. All Star Paranormal is the paranormal team that conducts the investigations here at the New River Inn, the King Cromartie house, and the one of the employees in there suggested I reach out to the co-founder of All Star Paranormal here in South Florida and see if we could collaborate, coordinate together. So we'll see how that goes. That's why I had to interrupt the live. Sorry, YouTube. So I'll finish with this about it. So Edwin T. King built this house in 1907. It is hot. It's May. It's Florida. We do this. So Edwin T. King builds this house in 1907. This is not the original location of the house. This gets transported here in, I want to say 1994, but don't hold me to that. I'll verify. So anyway, Edwin T. King, there's a hurricane here. I want to say, I think 1928. And he's trying to save two kids, and a piece of debris hits him and ends his life. So his wife inherits the house, and then his daughter, Louise King Cromartie, inherits the house. Descendants live here until 1968. It is one of the earliest homes in the Fort Lauderdale area. Second floor was added in 1911. 1971, the house is saved from demolition, donated to Junior League of Fort Lauderdale, relocated 1994. So I was correct, to its current location here in the historic village. And now these days, it's operated by the Fort Lauderdale Historical Association. Edwin T. King, he was an expert in construction, designed and built several other buildings and houses in town. The Stranahan House, which Milton, before this part two of this live, explained to us it's this way, like past the railroad tracks, it's over there. And that was owned by who they call the father of Fort Lauderdale, because hopefully Thursday we'll talk about the mother of Miami, Frank Stranahan. He also, Edwin T. King, built the first schoolhouse in the area. Frank's wife, Julie Cromartie, initially taught 9 students there. Edwin T. King was originally from Roswell, Georgia. That's where he learned farming, boating, construction in his youth. He then moved to New Smyrna, Florida in his 20s. At 23, he married Susan Fox, daughter of the town's physician. 1895, they moved here to beautiful Fort Lauderdale. And he builds the city's first boathouse, as well as houses for the Philemon Bryan, which is right here next door, and his 2 sons. Edwin T. King's initial house burned down. And that's why they began building this King Cromartie house, which is behind me. And yes, he was killed by a hurricane in 1928. So I was correct with the year. Okay, so let me move on to the ghost stories connected to the King Cromartie house. Let me go first with the ghost of Louise King Cromartie, Edwin T. King's daughter. People allegedly see her from the upstairs window, and you see a pale hand pulling the curtain to the side, and they say a black lace curtain, and that hollow eyes are peering down to the street below. And she's often seen in early 1900s attire. She is known as a positive ghost, not a malevolent or mean ghost. And this too, and I'll circle back to this. Louise King Cromartie passes from yellow fever. And when we filmed last year, I'm just saying, because we talked extensively about the yellow fever outbreak of 1887. It started in Tampa and Jacksonville, and then it migrated here to Fort Lauderdale. And Fort Lauderdale was hit very hard. In the 1920s, there's another outbreak. Louise King Cromartie gets a debilitating case of yellow fever, to the point that she passes from it. You know, she's jaundiced from it. She has a lot of bleeding from it. So that is how she passed. Now, a second ghost, they call her Lula, and she's a Victorian ghost child. People will see her on the walkways. And it's interesting as we have a couple of children with blonde hair, little bicycles riding by. She's a young blonde haired girl in Victorian era clothing, seen on these pathways that wind along on a sidewalk near the house. People see Lula, this little girl, so vividly that they ask her, "Where are your parents?" And she points to the King Cromartie house, and then she dematerializes. She also passed from yellow fever. Now, the third ghost apparition is Wallace King. He is the patriarch of the King family. He is known to be a grouchy, unfriendly man, and the photos that they have of Wallace King support this disposition demeanor. Now, as far as any other activity and sounds, people have heard children laughing and playing in the yard and on the front porch. Okay, there's obviously no porch swing now, but when there was a porch swing, it would move back and forth on its own. Hot and cold spots in the main living room, dining room, upstairs bathroom, doll rooms, kitchen, and main bedroom. Disembodied voices of laughter, footsteps, flashlights turning on and off on their home. So this area here of the Riverwalk is haunted. And we will see tomorrow night, which would be probably like when we get to YouTube, like probably like around 10 p.m. We'll see, as long as there's no police presence. We get escorted off the grounds. Oh, wait, we'll just turn off the 1 second on our YouTube just to see. It's just kidding. If we don't get escorted off the grounds by a police presence, we would like to little bit show you the investigation, whether the equipment laid out here. Maybe it'll be in the back by the time we're live with all of you. But, and like I said, tonight we are also conducting tonight an investigation at Show World Adult Boutique and Arcade. And we are conducting the investigation in the arcade. People have seen a couple male apparitions there. I really don't know much about it, but that would be not before 2 a.m. ish. And I would say more into, yeah, definitely not before 2 a.m. ish. We'll try to get live with all of you, but I wanted to show you with an investigative locale preview. Obviously, this replay is going to be broken up into two parts because the first one is showing you the locale preview, and this is wrapping up the ghost stories and the history here from the King Cromartie house. So I will see you all live soon, again here from either Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, and Miami, Florida. Until next time, YouTube, if you're not subscribing to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and like the videos that you like. And I always take feedback and input. So see you soon, YouTube.